Don't overdo
Hey,
it.
hey, hello. Whoa, let me get the camera onto me and not onto the screen. Hey guys, it's Ryan, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. We are still in Belgium. I just had to go down the road and around the corner, and I came back to heaven. The pigeons today. Wow. This man's got pigeons beyond belief. The quality that this man selects the pigeons, high level, the highest of the levels, the one and the only. Guys, you don't even want to see me, and I wouldn't want to see me either. You want to see this guy, he's the champion. The middle distance machine, Serge Van Elsacker. Hey Serge, thanks for coming on today. Thanks for having me over. Thanks for the coffees. We got some good lemonade, and now I'm having a beer. What pigeons you selected for this coming auction? Oh, six supers.
Yeah.
I don't even. Before we get into those pigeons, because I'm still mind-boggled on. I'm not mind-boggled because the quality here is always super high. But it's nice when you pull them out of the basket, boy. And you guys are going to see some pigeons today. Mike Parrish, what's going on? How was your season this year?
My season, very good. We won 31st.
31st.
31st, doubles included.
What do you mean doubles?
Sometimes I have a yearling that wins the first in the yearlings and the first in the old birds.
Mm-hmm.
I had 3 times the fastest pigeon in Antwerp area.
And fastest pigeon in Antwerp, how many pigeons would that be?
3, 4, and 6,000.
3, 4, 3,000,
4,000 and
6,000.
6,000.
6,000.
Yeah. And
I told you, he's the marathon machine. You got the pigeons, man. Whoa.
yeah, one year is better than the other, and you always have the weather with you. But I'm very proud of one thing. I sent 6 to a race this year. It was 746 kilometers.
746 kilometers, so that's about what? 400 miles?
450 miles.
450 miles?
I sent 6.
Uh-huh.
I clocked 5 in 1 minute and 1 second.
You sent 6. You clocked 5.
5. I got 5 together.
5 together.
Yeah.
Almost perfect.
Yeah.
Did the 6th one come?
Yeah. 15 minutes later, she still was early.
Oh, hey guys, you wonder why Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions is with this man. Listen to that one. 450 miles.
Yep.
6 birds this man sent. 6 birds. He had 5 on the drop, and 15 minutes later the donkey comes in, eh?
Yeah.
And that's still a super.
Yeah.
Almost 100. Coefficient was what? Perfect on that day?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah.
And how was the prizes? Top?
In the combine, we were with the yearlings. We were, I think, 3, 4, 5, 6. And with the old birds, we were 3, 4, 5. With the old birds, we were 3 and 4. And then the other one was 11th. From I think how many pigeons were there in the combine? 200 pigeons. And on the nationals, they were all in the first 20%. So
Beautiful.
it was very good.
Good day of racing. How was the fast day?
It was a good day. It was nice, not too warm. It was not super hard, but it was good. I think the pigeons fetched about 1,200 yards a minute. So
Good racing day.
it was a nice racing day, a real nice racing day.
Mike Parrish says that is amazing. That is amazing. 5 birds within 1 minute from 450 miles. Guys, how long just a quick rundown, how long you been playing pigeons?
55 years.
55 years. How many times have you done that?
Never.
That was your day, eh?
Never.
Never did that, but
No. I'm not, to be honest, normally I don't do much of those races. I like to go further because it sounds maybe stupid, but I won so much that I like to win I never won a national. That's the only thing that I'm missing.
Can you please win a national?
I don't know if it's gonna happen in my life. I'm gonna try it. I won second national a couple times. I won 7 national in the section. I won 56 first provincial, but never an overall national. I'm gonna try that, but I'm still happy if I win the races. But I'm not so. How should I say it? I don't enjoy it as much as I used to do. Is it because we won 68 first in 2 years, in 2 seasons? So that's a lot. But like this on 746 kilometers, it was special for me. And I got some phone call that people say, "How is that possible?" I don't know how it was possible.
It didn't matter. It was
Good. It was nice.
I think you are going to win a national, but I know there's only one way you're going to win it.
Sending it or what?
No, you're going to, when it's time for you, you send the birds to the national, you call me. Yeah. I'm going to come here, we're going to watch the birds together, and I'll do the barbecuing.
Yeah.
I'm going to barbecue, and you're going to win. Because when I go to watch guys' races, guess what happens?
They win.
They win. Now, the only deal that is, I'm going to do the cooking for today.
Yeah.
You have the champagne.
Yeah.
Okay? And the bird that wins it,
yeah,
I'm going to sell.
No.
Hey guys, I'm trying my very, very best. We are with Serge Van Elsacker. Yes, he's the machine in the middle distances. He wins. But you know what I love? He's won almost everything there is to win. But you're still hunting for the one prize.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen.
Come on, why?
Wow.
Guys, he says he doesn't think this is going to happen.
I can live with it if it's not happening, because
you can't.
Pigeon gave me so much already that
it's eating
if it's happening.
And you want to do it. And I'm telling you, these pigeons that you selected, when I handle this is what you're competing with. Oh my God, the pigeons are incredible. Mm-hmm. The balance, the conformation, everything, the feathers, it's like they're all put into place. It's something to see. This gentleman is on our tour. Guys, the Pigeon Boss tour. When we come in February, I think it's February, yes. This is the loft that you have to meet. And I made sure I think you were the first guy I asked. Because you're no bullshit guy. You say it as it is. And that's hard for a lot of people. That's
a good thing, but also a very bad thing, because not everybody likes that.
No, not everyone likes it. I personally love it because there's no bullshit.
No.
You get the real, this is the real man. He ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. And he's got the pigeons. And I'll tell you, guys, this man has winning. You see it all in those pigeons. And we're going to show you a couple pigeons today, especially the first one. Mm. Oh, he picked out a pigeon for you guys. When this pigeon comes up for auction, he's upset. This is one of these moves. I purposely waited to ask Serge for the auction because I had to do a move. Now, Serge, I know you handle them. I don't want you to keep overlooking at them. When you're done holding them, before we talk about this pigeon, and guys, this pigeon is not supposed to be in the sale. And I think Serge knows this as well. This is just one of these pigeons.
I know.
I
feel already sorry.
Listen, guys, this is like oh man, yeah. Serge, I'm just going to hold them, and I want to show, do you mind? Oh, wait, you just keep holding them. You're doing good right there. Hold on. I ask people for good pigeons. We get good ones, yes. Great pigeons and proven breeders is hard to get. Is this cockbird in your hands a proven breeder?
Yes, it is. He was a late bred 21.
Late bred in 21.
And they bred in 22. He bred 2 youngsters, and one was the first prize winner against 400 pigeons, 150 miles. And I bred 2 youngsters the year after, and he also bred another first prize winner, 150 miles. And he never had a boxing breeding loft because he never got there. And that's the reason you get him. But he already bred 2 first prize winners, and I only bred 4 youngsters from him. And he's a full brother of the first ace pigeon middle distance this year, yearlings. His sister was a super one. His brother won 3 first that year that he's born. That's why I bred him as a late bred. I think he's born October, maybe early November even.
I'm going to say, he didn't have a spot in you didn't have a box for him.
No.
And he bred out of 4 eggs.
He was in the aviary with some pigeons, and he picked a hen, and he bred that first prize winner.
Guys, this pigeon, he got muscles on his eyelids. Man, I don't want to say nothing. He's got a killer eye. And the best of the best, a proven breeder. And I know when Serge brought him out, he was very proud to put him in my hands. When I handled this pigeon, I says to the Feathers Elite buyers, you're going to win. This time, Serge, not so much. Beautiful third bar. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Guys, Serge wants to hear the results. And I believe with this cock, you're going to get it. Oh, he's the way God intended a pigeon to be. Proven breeder already from 2021. Look at the beautiful wing, eh? Beautiful feathers, the bloom, the oil spots, everything. What would you score this pigeon in your hands?
To me, it's a perfect one.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I like even that little bit of depth, but boy, does he condition in a basket. We got some questions here. Hold on, I'm going to switch it back over to Serge the man. Okay, let's get to the questions. Absolute Pigeon Boss. My sister says that you're the Pigeon Boss.
The pigeon what?
Boss. You're the Pigeon Boss. Yeah, we might have to get him a sweater that says Pigeon Boss. CTK Loft says, hey, how did he set up the birds for that race? I.e. feeding, widowhood, cheers. So
I don't do anything special. I do every year. I do the whole year. I do the same. I always show the partner before the race.
You can hang on to him.
And I didn't do anything special. Nothing. I feed them always as much as they want. And for the longer races, I feed some more fat. But that's it. I don't put anything anymore on the food for the last 3 seasons. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they keep doing it. And I did it for 30 years. I put a lot on the food. Everything, protein, vitamins, everything. And then the last 3 years I thought, I tried everything and I heard some real champions say, I don't put anything on the food anymore. And I thought, let's try it myself. Okay. And it works, it really works. You only have to let the pigeons pick what they want, as much as they want. And give them as much variety that you can, and they will do it. Not necessary to put things on the food. I do put things in the water, that I do. Vitamins, minerals, electrolytes, that I do.
Okay. But now, it's funny you say that, because I talked to Anders Brobeck. He's running an auction right now, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. And he said most of the years, for the last, I think it was, let's say 15 years, he put stuff on the feed. Mm-hmm. The last 2 or 3 seasons, he's taken everything off the feed and he's only put stuff in the water. Vitamins, electrolytes, everything in the water. Anything he wants fatty goes in the water. He says he finds it better. Now, why do you think this is? Why do you find it's better?
Because sometimes I found things out, we put it on the food. They don't get it regular, they don't get it every day. They get some stuff this and then some stuff that. They don't eat as much. They don't like it. And if you don't put anything on the food, they just eat and keep eating.
So you're saying it's kind of like, let's think about this. If we like French fries, we like it with some salt.
Yeah.
Now, if you over salt it, you can't eat it. It's too salty. Yeah. So you're saying if you put oils, powders, Burgess, whatever you put on, if you make it too strong because you're not eating it, you think the pigeons, they cut back a little bit on the full consumption. I found
out they eat less, but I also had another problem that one of these years, a few years ago, I had some fungus and the vet told me, put stuff on the food? Yeah. Do you disinfect the feeder every day? I said, no, I don't do that. I clean them out. But that's it. He said the fungus come from that because there's the rest of the vitamins or stuff that you put on the food is still in that feeder, and it can cause fungus. It only happened once.
And fungus is like a mold.
Yeah,
green mold. Okay.
Yeah, you don't see it, but pigeons had it in them.
Okay, all right.
And the vet found it, and I gave a treatment, and they were fine again. But the results were a few weeks less. Okay. And he said that could be one of the reasons. So and I start thinking and thinking.
So what you're saying is, if you do want to put, from what you gathered from your vets, if you do want to put oils and powders and whatever concoction on the feed, and you feed it in a feeder, make it up, feed it. When you're done, you better disinfect the feed tray.
I think or
you're going to have mold.
I think no, I'm not. I'm not going to say you have it. I'm going to say maybe in 15 years it happened to me once, but I had it.
Okay.
And another friend of mine had it too. So it can happen. And sometimes the vet don't even find it. If you don't have a specialized vet in pigeons, they don't find it. They don't know it. He found it, and he said immediately, "What do you call it? Mucus." mucus, or how do you call it?
What, fungus?
Fungus or
fungus? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I hear a lot of people talking anti-fungi.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I had to do a product in that, and
Oh boy, a big long name says, and I can't pronounce your name. Okay, wait. I'm gonna first read this question, but then someone says hi to you and Kristen.
hi.
Hello. It's a super long name and it's all together. Rosedale says, "What's the one thing to be won? What's the one thing to be won? Oh, what's the one race or what's the one prize you want to win?" I think that's what he's asking.
First national overall in Belgium from a national race.
Yeah.
That's what I want to win.
You want to win a first national?
First national overall from all Belgium. I won 7 nationals in my section. I won second national, third national, fourth national, but never the first national.
There you go. You heard it from him. Diamond Taxi says that checker cock, he's a cracker. So we know he's from the UK. That's a cracker saying, and I like that. Rosedale, I think he likes your pigeons a lot. Does he let them law fly? Just curious.
What do you mean?
Okay,
in the season?
Well, right now it's off season and ready birds out.
No. You know, here I have problems with the birds of prey.
He's got
they killed 32 young birds of mine when they came out in the beginning of the season. They got my best old bird last year when they came out the first time. They hit her. So I don't let pigeons out from the 9th of September till the 15th of March. Nothing.
So the 9th of September
till the 15th of March next year.
Hey, you know what I didn't know? I didn't know they were doing the tour of Belgium. I think it was last weekend was the last race.
Yeah.
Do you participate?
No.
Why not?
Because that's a joke.
Okay, well,
if you see,
explain to people what the tour of Belgium is.
Well, tour of Belgium is 4 weeks in a row, a different spot of liberation, right? One to the south, one to the east, one to the west, one to the north. Okay, they draw it and they let them go. People like that. Okay, people enjoy that. Okay, the winner, the guy who won the tour of Belgium in a certain club the week before, he flew 15 miles. 15 miles. You call that a race?
Really?
15 miles. And the furthest is about 50 miles. I don't race that distance. I'm sorry. I don't think that's pigeon racing. But people enjoy it. Let them enjoy. Let them have fun.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I like 300 mile. I like 400 mile.
But very interesting.
Yeah.
So the winner, he flew 15 miles.
15 miles.
I hope he had a big drop.
Yeah, he won the first 3.
Well, that's good. At least he got a drop. You think he had a lot of overshot? You know what
I don't know.
Diamond Taxi says that pigeon had super feather quality. I talked with Gabby Van Nabil yesterday. He's a very quiet man.
Mm-hmm.
And he said to me before we started any taping, it's all in the wings and the feathers.
Yeah.
Do you believe this?
Yeah.
I know your pigeons, and I would say you're at the very highest level for a very long time. You've played this game at a super high level, correct?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And your pigeons, they're never dry feathered. They feel like they have lots of feather, beautiful wings, and the feathers, they're exceptional. You just see there's something different in these wings.
Yeah, I think you can feed what you want, you can add to the food what you want, you can give them vitamins I think the soft feather is something, it's something they have or they don't have. And of course, if I don't take care of my pigeons, the one with the soft feather will also look stubby and has no good feathers. But I think if a pigeon has not the quality of feathers you need, you won't get the quality of feathers better by changing the food or giving vitamins. Or it's in there or it's not in there.
Hey.
And they select themselves. If you race hard, no bullshit. If you keep the winners, they have great feathers. I'm not saying if you race 15 miles, I'm not going to say that, but if you do 350, 400 miles, they need the feathers.
It's funny because Gabby said about the turbo. He said absolutely weak back.
Yeah.
But he said the feather quality was just to another level. Yeah. This is what he said.
I tell you a story about the turbo.
Was I right in what he said?
You're right about what he said, but he said the whole round of youngsters from the breeders was sold. And the guy came to pick it up.
He didn't want the turbo.
He didn't want the turbo. He left him there. The only pigeon he left there, turbo, because he was too weak in the bag.
Okay.
That's the turbo.
So when you talk to people, you try and piece stories together.
Yeah.
That's a better story than the nice soft silky feathers. And you had good luck with the Van Elsacker pigeons.
Really, really good. Since 2006, really, really good.
And I said to you today, and we got more questions, and I'm going to ask these questions. And I said to you, hey, I was at Annex Gauthier. We were looking at the pigeons. She's got some super results, super pigeons. And you said about her, what do you think of the pigeons that she has?
Me?
Yes.
I think they're very good. I think the racing, she did very good racing this year. And she's a very good friend of Gabi. And really good pigeons. Really
good pigeons. And
yeah,
you had great luck with the Gabi pigeons.
Yeah, really, really, really good luck.
If I normally ask other breeders, like if I ask a breeder about you, they say, oh, Serge, he's super, he's the best. But if I ask you, I'm not saying you, but if I ask most breeders, they're very calm and reserved. Let's ask a question. How good in his heyday of racing was Gabi Van Elsacker?
I think, to me, the best in Belgium.
At a certain point.
Yeah. And when he had like Wittenborg, Turbo, Fidel, all the Docus, all the pick and all, he was unbeatable in his area and practically all over. And the races 400 miles, 350, 450. He was unbelievable.
And you said in some national races, you guys were neck and neck.
Gabi won his first national, and that's the day I lost the first national because I knew Gabi when he clocked, and I have about I think 45 miles on him, and I knew when I had the clock, and the time was there, and I had no pigeon. So I thought my wife was there. We were watching. I said it's too late, and about 35 seconds later, one came. And I had no dropper ready, and he flew around, and Kirsten said, get a dropper. I said, I'm too late anyway, Gabi is early. And I lost that national by 3 seconds, because Gabi won the first national yearlings, and mine was an old bird.
Let's get,
I should have won the national, but it didn't count, it doesn't count. If you don't win it, you don't win it. I mean, I lost it by my own mistake.
Hold on, I just want to say this. I'm going to do this on camera. Wait. There. He's the man, Serge Van Elsacker. Hey, that one hurt, eh?
That one hurt. It's a long time ago. I still remember it. It's more than 20 years ago.
Oh, you remember?
Still remember it.
I know. Yeah. Michael Peevler says hello from the United States. Eddie Ortiz says hello. I'm in Wilmington, North Carolina. Yes, you are. Thank you for tuning in. Rosedale says that makes a lot of sense in terms of built up in the feeders. Yes, especially hot, humid weather for the fungus.
Yeah, right.
We ask the questions, and guys, this is one of those guys you can ask questions to. As long as they're not bonehead questions, he's going to answer them. And if it's a bonehead question, he'll just give you the look, and you know it's a dumb question. Eddie Ortiz says, coming in and out a little. Hey, guys, just be patient. It's the internet. Mike Green says, what he prefers flying, cocks or hens, young birds or old birds?
The last question is old birds. Definitely, I like old birds a lot better than young birds. I don't do much. I don't do anything about young birds. I don't go road training. I don't do anything. I select on if they're early ones, they will do it again. But with the old birds, I raise total widowhood. I raise cocks and hens. 9 out of 10 years, the hens are better. Last year, my cocks were 10 times better. This year, the hens were better. Again, the first 3 ace pigeon Antwerp Union, 3 hens. First ace pigeon yearling long distance, a hen. First ace pigeon old bird long distance, a hen. Why? No explanation for that. Last year, all cocks. Now, back to hens. So 9 out of 10 years, the hens will be better. But I raise both partners of the pair. I raise both sections.
Okay. Rosedale asks, the cock he showed, did he let him loft fly?
No, never. He was never out in his whole life. Never.
Late bred?
Yeah.
Guys,
all those 6 pigeons never was one out.
And I was so happy I asked you when I did. Well, yeah, I think I asked you, but I think you got maybe I didn't remember because about the tour, and yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
I'm thinking of I kind of feel bad that I came at you at the last minute. Near Kershaw says, can he please explain his training methods, loft flying, and distances he trains from? So
That's very simple.
Let's go with old birds because you're
Young birds the same like old birds.
okay.
Old birds, I don't let them out before part in March, and then I let them out a short time because the first race they should go 65 miles is about 10th of April, so I don't have a lot of time.
10th of April, so you only have 6 weeks.
Yeah. No. I have about 4 weeks.
March.
3 weeks.
You let them out the 1st of April.
No. I let them out around the 10th or 15th of March.
Oh, you only have 4 weeks.
4 weeks. I train one time with the old birds. I train one time in miles. 5 miles. I train one time 15 miles. I train one time 20 miles. That's it. They go to the club on 65 miles 2 times. They go with the club 2 times 150 miles, and then they go to the middle distance 200 miles plus every week. And no in between in the week, never road training, love flying once a day in the morning for the last 30 years. How long would they fly? The cocks can do what they want, the hen must fly 40 minutes.
So the cocks,
if I don't let the hen fly, I flag them. If I don't do that, the hens won't fly 20 seconds because they're in the aviary in the back of my loft. They want to go in that loft. They're crazy for that loft. So I have to but they already use as a young bird to flag them. I let them fly 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. Only once in the morning. Once we go to 400 miles and over that, if they come home Saturday from a race, because they go every week, they won't go out Sunday, they won't go out Monday, they go out Tuesday, 40 minutes. They won't go out Wednesday, and Wednesday evening they're back in the basket. So they train once in the whole in between 40 minutes.
Lots of rest.
That's it.
Lots of rest.
But they're already flowing in, like we say here, right? They had 10, 12 races before that. I do that.
They got
before I
hours.
reach that point that I can do that. Huh?
Many hours on the wing.
Yeah.
And you want them, you need them to fire once. Give them their max once a week.
Yeah, and the problem is we basking on those races on Wednesday night.
So guys, reminder, they basket for these 350, 400 mile races. You're basketing Wednesday
for Saturday liberation.
And it's common that sometimes it's not Saturday.
Oh yeah, and it could be Sunday, but then if the weather is hard, they fly 10, 11 hours. So they're home Saturday evening. If they're late, they're home Sunday morning.
Right.
So you don't have much time
to monkey around.
Yeah.
Rosedale says, believe in pigeons that feathers are silky and seems to have an abundance of feathers. And I don't know if the pigeons have more feathers, Rosedale. I just think the feather quality, I think it tricks you.
It feels like they have more feathers.
I think. But maybe.
And what I feel...
Do you have a super that we can pluck all the feathers off of and count? What do you think, Serge?
Yeah, we can try that.
Okay, we can do that. You don't mind?
No, yeah, I do mind.
Okay. Oh, he's gonna pull out another one. Oh,
no, I pull out the same one. I think there's some difference in how many feathers there are in the thickness of this wing.
Hold on, I'm gonna zoom in here.
Of the thickness of the wing. If you feel that some pigeons, you pull right through and they don't feel like they're thick, they're thin, and they don't have a lot of feathers. I think all the good quality pigeons have thick arms.
Thick arms.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what and a short.
Short. Yes.
To the body.
To the body.
Very short.
Tight forearm.
Yeah.
Strong. And that one's he's got it all. That one hurt. Let's not look at that one again. You know what? You know the next one you got to show? One of your red ones. But I'm gonna get to the.
I'm gonna show another one.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Michael Peevler asks, if he had to start over, where would he go to get one bird? Where would you go to buy one bird? If you had to get one bird right now.
If I would go somewhere, where would I go?
For one pigeon.
For the guy that beat me every week. There would I go.
There would you go.
Yeah. If I get my ass kicked from somebody, I would try to get a super one from him. It's not happening here, so I don't have to go there. But I would try to get there a pigeon from somebody in my area that beats me, not who's 100 miles away from me, because that's a different game, that's a different condition. The wind is so important. They maybe have a different competition, but if I know he's in good competition, he's in my area, and he beats me every week, I would try to get pigeons.
So you're saying, like, if I lived here on your property, like, let's say I just, like, got a loft here, and I was to fly pigeons here, I would just come to you and get the pigeons. That's what I would do in this area. I would come to you for the pigeons.
I would understand, and
now,
if you would beat me, I would go to you.
Now, if I said to you, I'm going to come into this area and fly, and I'm going to go to the UK and bring my pigeons from the UK.
Yeah.
A little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you recommend that?
Well, if you would move over here and you come from the UK, I think it would cost you a few years to adapt and to adjust.
Okay.
And maybe those pigeons won't do it here. Maybe they will. It depends. It depends.
And I'm only using. I'm not
It
saying.
depends how good your
Hold
pigeons
on.
are, how good your competition was there.
And maybe I shouldn't have used UK. Maybe I could have said Germany. Maybe I could have said the
It
United
doesn't
States.
matter if the
Doesn't matter.
UK, France, Holland, Germany.
Yes. I just
if I
picked a
move
place.
to Holland next year, let's say I move to Holland, take these pigeons, are they going to do that there? I don't know that.
Okay.
It's a different area, it's a different game. I don't know it.
All right. Keith Stevenson says, "What a legend in the sport of pigeon racing. Top quality pigeons." I'll tell you, they like you, and I like him as well. Ron says, "Great interview. Hey guys, I don't do the interview great. This man does. He's all pigeon man. This is a true winner, and I love it. He doesn't brag about the wins, but he brags about the losses. And I think losing helps you be a better winner. Don't you find?"
I think so. I think, and it's, I know with pigeon sports, always something happened. Then you get a loss, then the weather is against you, then you have a disease, can happen. You lose your best pigeon. You always have to find back and say the next day, come on, let's go back and get it. I'm not happy that day. I'm really disappointed in that day, but next morning I sleep over it. I don't keep awake. I just sleep like a baby. And next morning I said, forget it. We start a new day. Let's go over it.
All right. Geno Delman says, "Hello, Kristen and Serge." Eddie Ortiz from North Carolina, I believe, says, "Some flyers say motivation does not matter. What do you think about that?"
For 20 years I thought motivation doesn't matter, but I think motivation does matter. Do I motivate? No. I do every week the same, but something happened that you don't control. I don't think you can get control motivation. I think by coincidence and something special happened, and I see a hen pair with two cocks, let her play for another half an hour, and that's some motivation that will work out. And next day she can win the race, and that happens here sometimes. But let's say like I think, put a box open or do this special. It doesn't work on that day, because that day that cock won't take that box and it doesn't work. But by coincidence, I think a lot of motivation does work, but not planned. It just happened.
Okay. All right. So I got another question here for you. Diamond Carr says, "I have a question. Do you believe in the darkening system on young birds, and can you explain?"
Oh yes, definitely. If we don't darken on the young birds, forget it. You're a dead duck. I mean,
Thanks. You're really rubbing that in, Serge.
I do darkness on the young bird system since 1989. So that's 11 and 23, 34 years I darkened the young bird. Some people told in the beginning, oh, they won't fly as an old bird. Forget it. I'm always better as an old bird. Why do I darken? Because I have more time then to raise my young birds. I can raise them harder. I can raise them farther. And I can do that when the old bird season is over. I have time. If I don't do it, the old bird season is over, the young birds are in the mold, and I forget it. I can't do anything. So if you don't darken, you're lost here. I believe in darken. How I do it, when the clock turns here to the summertime, it's around the last weekend in March, I start darkening my young birds. First round and second round. Third round is not even weaned then. And I darken 14 hours dark, 10 hours light. How you do it doesn't matter. If you do it from 6 in the evening till 8 in the morning, doesn't matter. I do it from 7 in the evening till 9 in the morning, because it gives me time to let my old birds out first and then stop the darkening. I do it the first round till 15 May, the second round till 1st of June, the third round till 21 of June.
Okay.
That's how I do it.
Okay, so I'm gonna I'm going to ask you a question, but I first want you to show this pigeon, talk about this pigeon, and the question I'm going to ask you when I'm showing the pigeon, you can think about and fire it in when you're ready. Ryan, ask Serge, who is the best fancier in Belgium? Now, before you answer it, I'll let your mind think of this. Who's the best fancier in Belgium? You can think for a moment. I don't want to just throw that at you. What's the pigeon you have in your hand?
This is a late bred from this year. This is the last one I bred from the couple. He's a full brother of the second age pigeon Antwerp Union last year, first age pigeon club last year, first age pigeon Antwerp Union this year, first age pigeon club this year. I have a young sister of him, 23, that went 2 first also. It's one of my best pairs I have. This is a late bred cock. He's still molting. He has 4 flights to go, was never out, never lost flying.
He's super.
But his grandmother won 9 first, his grandmother won 5 first, his sister wins 5 first now, another sister went 2 first as a young bird. It's an unbelievable couple, and I think this is a very good pigeon, really. It's gonna develop in it, but his full body is, to me, is perfect. Only he's molting now. It's not a nice one. About the best fancier, I have no idea. Every area has its champions. Every area has. Let me explain a little bit in Belgium. We have provinces. We are in the Antwerp province. Some are in East Flanders and the West Flanders. On some races, these people killing us. They destroy us when they have the wind for them and when we have the wind against us.
Because you're in the middle of Belgium.
No, I'm at the top. I'm near the Dutch border. I'm the far end. I'm 60, 80 miles further than the front in Belgium. If it's a west-southwest wind, those 9, sometimes East and West Flanders send 9 to 10,000 pigeons. They're disqualified. They have nothing. If it's an east wind, they have everything and we're disqualified. It's so important. So if you ask me who's the best fancier in Belgium, if I should put one name on, I would put Van den Ede brothers. They're very good. On the nationals with big number of pigeons, they do fantastic. But it's very hard to tell because every area is different. Every club has its champions. How's the competition in the club? You don't know that. It's very hard to say, to be honest.
Well, there you got, I think, your answer. And again, I think a champion every year, it depends a little bit on old Mother Nature, where she blows.
Yeah. That's true.
What a super pigeon. We got some more questions, guys. You are with Serge Van Elsacker. Yes. The middle distance machine of Belgium. He's winning. And when he loses by 3 seconds, he's still one hell of a good loser. And I'll tell you, you will win. But not yet. I told you, I have to show up to win. Mike Green says, what would you recommend to a new flyer coming in the sport?
Yeah, if it's an American question, and it's gonna sound stupid, don't buy too expensive pigeons, because you have to learn everything in the sport from zero to everything. So try to find a good fancier in your area and try to learn as much as you can with your eyes and your ears. What he want to tell you, how he do it. Try to copy a system that works for you, because maybe you don't have the time that the champion has. Maybe you don't have the financial possibilities that the champion has. You always have to do pigeon sport what's in your possibilities. If you build a small loft, if you don't have much time, only go for young birds. If you can do what you want, if you're retired, do what you want. Make it as big as you think you need to. But if you know nothing about pigeons, I would say try to start small.
Okay, I think small and stick with what I think what Serge is saying is what you can handle.
That's what I mean. What you can handle.
You know.
If you can't handle it, it goes wrong. It goes totally wrong.
And guys, a lot of the time, it's like I say, when you go to a buffet, you never get super quality food. You get Chinese food, Mexican food, steaks, hamburgers, French fries. None of it's really good, but it's eatable. Same with the pigeons. Focus on what you can focus on. Eddie Ortiz, my man from North Carolina, he says, does he feel there are too many children and grandchildren and so many from pigeon peddlers? Ooh, is this a me question? Too many pigeon peddlers. Too many.
What do you mean pigeon peddlers?
Pigeon peddlers or pigeon guys that sell pigeons, selling pigeons. So the question, I'll say it again: does he feel there are too many children and grandchildren, and so on for pigeon peddlers, and so on? Like,
I think everybody can offer pigeons. They don't force you to buy them. I think the people that goes wrong is the people that buy them. What I think is wrong is that some people buy, let's say, 20 pigeons from one of the best fanciers in Belgium, don't raise them, breed them, and sell those youngsters.
yes,
Then you're one generation already further without selection. I always say, if I don't raise for 3 years, I would have the most beautiful pigeons in the world. But can they still fly across the street, even with the pedigree from here to Africa? I don't know that. So you must select by racing. That's the only certainty you have.
the basket's not gonna lie.
The basket.
The basket.
Because nobody knows which is the champion by looking at it. We all can breed nice pigeons, but we don't know which is the champion. Only if we try it.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's my opinion.
and-
I was so many times so wrong already that I thought this is the one. Oh yeah, he's gonna win everything, and he won nothing. I had to kill him after 3 years anyway. So
Okay. Rosedale says, I totally agree with what he is saying in terms of going to those that beat you. That's right. I agree. Hello. Angel says hello. Jason says, how does he select his birds based on performance or based on the bloodlines? I think you just answered it. You look, it's all performance.
both.
Both. But
If I where I'm good, really successful with is putting laybreds from my best pigeons, brothers and sisters from the best pigeons, put them in the aviary, and keep short. They didn't perform, I know. Are they going to breed? Not all of them, but a lot of them are going to breed. If you have so many good children already out of those couples, some of my best pigeons did not breed, but the brothers and sisters who were not raised breed, but they come then out of very, very, very good pigeons that bred a lot of winners. So I think it's both. Once you have a family, you must be very careful with them, I think.
very careful.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey guys, he knows he's been doing it a long time, and it was funny. We had talked. We don't have to mention names, but I mean, you've looked on auction sites. You've purchased sometimes 2 or 3 pigeons
Yeah,
from one guy. They bred lights out for you,
yeah,
and the guy said those weren't even out of the supers,
yeah.
right?
Well,
And you just decide to try. Order a whole round or 2 rounds.
yeah,
Whack a pigeons.
yeah.
Did you get any results?
No.
No, but it happens.
It happened because, I think it's a lot of luck is with it, but if they want to offer you the good ones, from a loft that's still racing every year and keep performing every year, I think you cannot do much wrong. I kill 150, 200 pigeons a year. I could have sell them. I don't sell them. What I don't like for me is dead. Why? Because I don't want the comment afterwards that you sold me junk. I'm gonna sell junk, yeah, of course. I'm not every pigeon I'm gonna sell will be great or will be good. But every pigeon I sell, I stand behind it. And I think that's a lot of things. And people say, do you kill pigeons? Of course I kill pigeons. A lot of pigeons. Sometimes every day I kill a pigeon.
We were talking about some of your super breeders.
Yeah,
A super breeder you breed 12 youngsters out of.
yeah.
How many are super out of the 12?
Well, if I have 2, I'm great. I'm happy with it. But sometimes I had a pair I bred 6 one year. There were 5 good ones. And next year I bred 6. There was not one good one. And then the third year I had a good one again. So
Yeah.
on what depends it? I think it depends also on the health of your breeders at the moment you pair them up. I think that's very important on the condition that when you pair them up and the condition that the youngsters are raised.
Okay. Here's a question. An opinion of Serge about breeders who fly sprint in Demont Verband. Do you know this thing? Here, I'm gonna.
Oh, Diamantverband.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, they make it. I know where he's going at.
Okay, well.
they make it and say the best pigeons are there. I know that. Are the best pigeons there? They're good. Yeah. Do we have good pigeons in our verbond? Yes. Do they have good pigeons in the west side? Yes. What makes them so good is because of the winters in their favorite, but they have a hard competition. Are they better than 10 other clubs? I don't know. I wouldn't say that. To be honest, I wouldn't say that. Here they always say if you go over there to get pigeons, put them here. They're not going to be better than those from there. Why? Because we have different circumstances here. When the wind is west, they have more speed than our pigeons. Because ours have to fly against the wind. They have the wind a little bit in front of them, and it's not that far from me. I mean, it's not the end of the world. But it's a small combine. They have good pigeons, and I think there are a lot of good combines in Belgium that are equal quality of pigeons than the Diamantverbond. My opinion.
Hey, Diamond Carr says, "Wow, 1959. You are a legend. Thanks for explaining us." Hey, no, he has no problem. He could do this for hours and hours and hours. Rosedale Loft says, "Does Serge bring in new pigeons every year?"
Yes.
He does. That was a quick answer.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
I try it. I give them 2 years time. They're not better than mine. They go out.
And why do you do it? Why do you keep bringing them in? I mean,
because if I try it for 3 years, and if it doesn't work out, I'm 2 years further. Huh? No, I'm 6 years further because I give them 2 years time. If I don't do anything and I do it after 6 years, and it doesn't work out, I'm gonna have a trouble. I'm gonna have a problem because when it's gonna work, you never know when it's gonna work. You never know what's gonna work. You have to try it every year, I think, and don't overdo it. Don't keep your own family. You must keep them intact, but always try something new. And I like to try every year because I like to improve. I still like to improve. Does it work? No. 4 out of 6 times it doesn't work, but the time it works, okay, I'm good for a few years.
And you guys remember, this guy here, he's one hell of a good pigeon flyer. But he's not resting on his old pigeons. He has them. He uses them. He raises them. But he's trying to improve of them. He's trying to keep building them up. Tries every year.
Yeah.
That's an honest answer.
Yeah, I do that.
And guys, he tells it to you in black and white. Rosedale has another question. Rosedale's on fire today. How many members in your local club?
86.
86. Do you know them all by name?
No. Yeah, I know them all by seeing them, but if you say here, call me the 86 names, it wouldn't be possible. I wouldn't do it. But I know them all. Of course, we see each other every week when we're basketing.
Okay, well, this year I'm coming to one of your races. I'm coming to ship birds with you. Will I be allowed to come in the club?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Can I carry the baskets?
Yeah.
All right, I get to carry the baskets.
I don't think I'll buy you a beer. It won't happen.
I wouldn't expect you. Come on. Hey, wait a minute. I'll carry the baskets, but you take me out for dinner.
Okay.
Michael Walsh says, "I really enjoy my birds from Serge. Glad I caught this interview today." Michael Walsh, yes, I'm glad you did as well. This man here, I can say this in confidence. I don't have to come to handle the pigeons that you select. Because you think like me, you want to give to the highest level, and your reputation is the key here. These pigeons that you have in the basket, would you like to breed out of them all?
Yeah.
Would you breed out of them all?
Yeah.
Guys,
guarantee, because you're too late. I have nothing else. The first one, I'm so sorry that I already did that, but okay.
And guys, we talk about bringing in birds.
Yeah. Bring
out one of the reds, because one of the reds.
Oh yeah. Okay.
One of the reds, and this is called bringing in pigeons that worked. You're going to hear this. This is honest, and this is the first time. This is an exclusive at Pillars Elite Pigeon Auctions. The red pigeons. We got some more questions. David Tracy's going to fire them in. Now, these are red pigeons.
Yeah.
There's a story, because you're not a red pigeon kind of guy.
No, I hate it actually. I hate it because I tried some red pigeons over 30 years and I never had a real good one with it. But then I have a very good friend in Germany, Ben Brunner, and he has pigeons from Gabi van den Abelen. He had a lot of pigeons from Günter Prange, which are maleys and red ones. And he has pigeons from me, crossed them, and he had success with them. So the first Gabis I had were from him.
Okay.
Success with them. Then he said, try some Günter Prange. I said, you can bring me some Günter Prange, but no red ones because I don't want any red ones. Then he brought me a hen. She bred 8 ace pigeons, 439, 14.
So you got some Günter Prange pigeons.
Yeah.
But you said, I don't want any reds.
No.
So
Then
you get a blue one first.
I got a blue one first. Then he brought me a sister, which was a checker. She bred a first of 14,000, a first of 12,000, a first of 5,000. Unbelievable. I said, bring me another one. He said, yeah, but I have a problem. He said, the father is a red cock from Günter Prange. I only have red one because you had the blue and the checker. And I said, bring me the red one. And last year we won 9 first with the red or a mealy. This year we only won 4 first with the red or a mealy. But since then, I don't mind having red or mealy because they're very, really good.
and guys, that's a story of bringing in birds that worked.
Yeah. And it's still not my favorite color, but if they win, you love them. So.
Okay, I'll keep to the questions here. David Tracy from Cleveland, Ohio says, I got a 300-mile coming up on Saturday. Young birds. Young birds on Saturday. Have gone to every race so far. Is it wise to rest them in the loft or train them every day, short tosses or loft flying?
I don't do tosses. I know it's American system, they do it a lot. When these guys have to go basketing, it's one night basket? Or 2 night basket? 1 night basket.
Most of the time it's 1 night.
Yeah, then I think he can do what he wants. Problem is here, if we have a 300-mile young bird or old bird, it's already 2 nights in the basket. Even 220 miles, since this year, they changed it into 2-night basket. So for us it's different. I never let a pigeon out the day of basketing. So Thursday they don't come out for me, but you different. You're basketing probably on Friday to race Saturday or Saturday to race Sunday. So I think you can do what you want. I don't go on tosses. I only do loft flying because if I do on a toss, I know they have to be home on that time. But I don't have a feeling with it. I don't feel how good are they. If I loft flying them and they're gone for an hour, I know they're very good. And that's what I want to know. But it's something, I know here some real good young bird specialists or a lot of road training. I don't do that. I still can compete with them. I'm not saying I'm better than them, but I can compete with them. But my goal is all birds. I don't like to squeeze my young birds too much. That's
it. You guys heard, you asked. David, great question. Again, how do they loft fly? When you watch pigeons and you let them out and they go themselves for that loft fly, and you don't have to ask them, they disappear, they're up high, they're pulling tight, and you've flown all the races in the season and they're showing you that at the end of the season, sometimes rest is all you really need. Mm-hmm. You agree?
Yeah.
Because they're giving you the effort, they're giving you the workout. I like this one too.
Yeah, I know.
He's got those little white flights there. Look at the beautiful wing. This is another one that's going to hurt Serge, but it's great for you. I'm going to switch the camera back around here to the man himself. We got a few more questions. Serge, you okay? You're doing good? You don't mind?
Good. Okay. No, I don't mind.
All right, he doesn't mind, guys, so get your questions in now. Reminder, Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions, we bring you only the best, and this is why we're here. Eddie Ortiz says, there's 1,000 Mona Lisas and so on. Well, take that up with Mike Gannis. Wolverines, take that up. Yeah, take that up with Mike Gannis. He does the breeding. Again, this is a question. Maybe this is a question for you, Serge.
Yeah.
Because Eddie says there's 1,000 Mona Lisas out there. Now, Mona Lisa is a hen from Mike Gannis. Yeah. I'm going to ask you this question. From start to finish with a hen, from the time she can start to lay, to the roughly time she ends, how many eggs do you think a hen can lay in her life?
Well, I think it depends on the hen, but if I have a hen, a very good one, I wouldn't push her more than 5-6 rounds, so 10-12 eggs a year.
At the most?
At the most. I wouldn't do it more. If she's good and she goes 8 years, it's 96. let's say 100 eggs. I'm sure you can get more, but I like to keep my oldest hens become 10 now. They still lay perfect. I still hope to get a few youngsters then. But if you say I breed 100 out of it in their whole life, I think that's a lot.
You're pushing hard.
Yeah, I think that's enough, and that's enough.
Right. You don't think a hen could breed 150 eggs, 200 eggs?
Oh, maybe they can. I never tried it. I don't like to move eggs and let them lay again, and eggs and let them lay again.
Do you find if you move eggs, the quality of the youngsters go down? You think you take a bit out of the hen?
No, I wouldn't say the quality of youngsters go down. I think the quality of the hen go down. I think you waste your hen. You ruin your hen, and you need your hen because what surprised me sometimes if you buy on the internet and then you see I buy from this good cock. What they forget to tell you is he bred the good ones with that hen. You don't get them from that hen because she only can lay 10, 12 eggs. You can get them from that cock with another hen. What did they bred? We don't know, and they don't know.
Right.
They just want to sell it. No, I need them from that hen with that cock. Not only from that cock. If it's a dominant breeder and he breeds with everything, that's a different game. But you don't have many in the world who do that.
Okay, I'm agreeing with you. Eddie Ortiz says would love to be his neighbor, and I gotta say this. So right beside you, right beside this house, there's another pigeon loft.
Yeah.
He's your neighbor. How long has he been your neighbor?
31 years.
Okay. How has his racing been going in 31 years?
I told a story 2 weeks ago on a German fancier that came. He's been here 31 years, let's say altogether 1,500 races. I think he beats me 10 times in 1,500 races. When he beats me, it's with bad weather. And he beats me 5 times in the same year with the same pigeon. So he had, in 31 years, he had one great pigeon. And he beats me 5 times. It drives me nuts because I saw him coming. I thought, shit, here he is again. And sometimes I was seconds behind him or sometimes minutes behind him, but it was an unbelievable pigeon. He had one pigeon like that. After that it was finished. Before that it was finished. Why? Because he had a great pigeon. And he had no more great pigeon than that one. So it's in the pigeon. It's not in the fancier, it's in the pigeon.
Did you buy that pigeon?
No, it's still in his loft, and he said to me, it doesn't breed. I hardly believe it, but I'm not going to argue with him.
Well, this is a good question. Eddie Ortiz has another one. Does he know of any top racing pigeons that were never good breeders?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You've seen
Definitely, yes.
Okay, so they all can't be good.
I know even stories from people that had good lofts and they bred an unbelievable pigeon, a super one. And they start focus on that pigeon and forgot the other pigeon. And 5 years later, they were as good as dead because the pigeons didn't breed. And they forgot their other good pigeons. They did breed, but it was too late. They all got rid of them and kept that family from that pigeon, all the brothers and sisters from that one, that unfortunately for the fancier didn't breed a chicken. And then you're too late. That's a dangerous game to do. Yeah, you always have to see, does he breed, doesn't he breed? But good pigeon that doesn't breed, yes. Sometimes they breed second generation.
I've seen that more often.
Yeah, they don't breed a chicken, but then by accident they put a son or a daughter in the stock loft and boom, there they go again.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But sometimes the bloodline is finished and it doesn't breed.
Okay. So I agree with you on that one. Sometimes it totally skips a generation.
It does.
Diamond Carr says, can you explain to us inbreeding or line breeding, very important topics?
Inbreeding, I think, is good for selling and for pedigrees. I think some pigeons can take inbreeding a lot. Some pigeons cannot take inbreeding a lot. If you can't take inbreeding, you get a lot of problems in your loft. You get a lot of diseases in your loft. You get all the things you don't want in your loft, you get by inbreeding. All the good pigeons in Belgium, all the good pigeons are born out of crosses. Crosses from two families together. And then they start inbreeding. Sometimes it works. I've never been really good with inbreeding.
Okay, so what's the difference between inbreeding and line breeding?
Inbreeding is very close, like father to daughter. mother to son.
Okay, and line breeding?
Line breeding is further away. Like cousin to niece and things like a little bit further away.
And I think that's good for people to understand the difference when you hear of a line bred pigeon to an inbred pigeon.
Yeah.
Thank you for answering that question. You guys are really doing good with the questions. Serge loving them. He can go all night. And I say, guys, we're going to push Serge into the early morning hours.
No, I have to go to dinner yet.
Oh, he's got to go. Listen, guys, we're going to dinner with Serge. Rosedale, as a starter in the sport, would you take a round of youngsters out of the racers or the breeders?
If you have good racing, take them definitely out of your racers.
Why?
Why? Because they breed is good. It's just a word, breeder or racers. All my good breeders are either brothers and sisters of the good ones or are the good ones.
Okay.
So all the racers become breeders later if you have good ones. If you have bad racers, don't take them out of your racers because you won't get any better. But I think you have to review your breeders too if you don't have good racers. If you have good racers, take them definitely out of your racers. And put them straight in the stock loft, keep them for a year. I don't breed for my races because I pair up 20 March, have on eggs, train them, and then start racing. I don't have the time to breed, but if I have a super one, I put those youngsters, I put the eggs away, put those youngsters in the aviary and breed from them next year, and they will breed again, guaranteed.
You're hearing it from Serge. Neil says, do you believe that you can purchase one pigeon mix and feed it 7 days a week for the entire racing season?
I did it for 25 years, yes.
You still do it?
No, I mix a little bit different. Why? Because I had the same mixture for the whole year, and I let it mix in the company, but I had to buy too much, and sometimes I had problems with it. Now I buy. I don't pull them down. I don't feed light too heavy. I feed the same every day, the whole racing season. But if I go to the distance, let's say 400 miles and up, I feed a little bit more fat in them. But I don't pull them down and then put them back because my hens have to go. I think they have to go 17 weeks in a row, week for week for week for week.
Now, okay, so when you say you don't break them down with the purative mix, a light mix. Do you adjust the amounts of feed from the beginning of the week to the end of the week?
No.
So they get the same feeding amount every day?
They get as much as they want for half an hour, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour when I forget it. Then I take it away. Evening, here they go. Eat what you want, take it away. Only thing I do is, one day I keep them short. When they come home, they get as much as they want. Next day they get as much as they want, but then I keep them 1 day short because I find out otherwise they don't eat enough at the end of the week. Once I go over 250 miles, I don't do that anymore. I let them pick out what they want.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. Izatan says, hey, greetings from Hungary. Always a great show, especially with Serge. I am a newcomer to the pigeon racing, learning a lot from your videos. Thanks, Ryan. And Serge, you are world class. Yes, guys, this guy is. And I don't care where you are in the world. If you want to come on our Pigeon Boss tour, you can do it. You can come. You can be a part of this. And yes, you're going to get the opportunity to meet Serge Van Elsacker. He is one of the highlights of the trip. You're going to get to take a picture right beside him. You're going to get to see the pigeons. You're going to see how me and Serge bond off the camera. It's incredible. We got a few more questions for sure. Thank you, Serge, so much. Henry Ratter says, what Delitmeyer is a good pigeon? Deltmines? A good pigeon. Determines. What?
Determined.
Determined, sorry.
Determined.
I had to spell it to read it. My reading's bad.
They're talking English, don't they? Jesus Christ, right?
Serge, listen, I only went to grade 9 and I have a hard time reading. But you know how I read that word?
You had one beer, that's all.
You know, a nice guy would offer me another one, but that's okay. What determines a good pigeon? What determines a good pigeon, question mark, has to win one race, place in the top 5, top 10. What makes for you a good pigeon?
Pigeon that wins here a race is not a good pigeon. She has to do it again and again. And an ace pigeon for me is a good pigeon here because it matters all over the season. The 12 or 13 middle distance races, the top performance, the most prizes in the top 10%, and I think that's a good pigeon. A pigeon that wins the race once, that's not for me a good pigeon. If he repeats it, yeah, guaranteed. That's what I want to do. Sometimes he's lost the next week, well then it was not a good pigeon. I would not definitely select on one race, but it depends how high your standards are. I like to win ace pigeons, I like to win first prizes, I like to win top prizes. For some people, a pigeon that does for German people more than for Belgian people. Belgian people, they like pigeons that are top performers. German pigeons some people are happy. 13 races, 13 prizes. That's a good pigeon for Germany. If he wins here 13 races, 13 prizes, and he doesn't win top prizes and first prizes, I kill him. I don't keep him. A pigeon 13 races, 13 prizes doesn't mean anything to me. Absolutely nothing. It could be 13 times the last prize. What the hell is that good for? For nothing. But it depends on your own
level
and what you expect from your pigeons. Yeah, if you don't have any good ones and you have to start from zero, you have to keep, let's say in your loft, the 10 best or the 5 best, and you cannot do better than your 5 best because you have nothing else. And then you just have to start breeding. Try to start breeding better and better pigeons.
And you try some new pigeons.
Yeah.
And you try and you play and you know what? You learn the hard way. And it's the best way to learn. Ryan Jackson says, "Do you bring in stock birds or young birds to fly? Do you bring in stock birds or young birds to fly?"
20 years ago, I would answer that with young bird to fly. Like it is here now, I don't fly any young birds anymore that I buy. I put them in the stock and try them out for 2 years. Why? Because my first round cost me 32 young birds on the bird of prey. If I buy young birds here and let them out and let them fly, there's not much left at the end of the first selection. So it's a waste of money. I would put them.
And you're not being fair.
No, I put them straight in the stock loft and try them out for 2 years. What I did find out 20 years ago, buy 40 pigeons in a fancier's loft, try them out, not one good one. And the guy said, well, here 10 other ones, try them. I stopped putting them in breeding, they bred fantastic. So I wasted actually a whole round by letting them out and racing them, and should keep them and breed them and give them a chance.
Hey, I love them, man. Eddie Ortiz says, I love reds. Hey, Serge loves reds now too, but again, he doesn't care about the color. As long as it gets to the top, he loves them. Rosedale says, I know Serge's birds have made an impressive impression on the Canadian racing pigeons since and in the past. Guys, this man's pigeons, I think, have made an impression pretty much wherever they go. Again, you bred a $1 million race winner.
Yeah. The mother who bred Little Miss Nikki for Tom Schilling, I bred. So she came from my loft.
Okay. Hey guys, that was a tough race, a graveyard race, and the champions come to the top. If you had to choose to only one product, what would it be? So if you have to have a product for the pigeons, what would it be?
Yeah. I think Blitzform.
Blitzform. Who makes it?
Runfried.
Okay.
I only use products from Runfried for the last 30 years. It's my sponsor.
Okay.
To be honest, but I wouldn't use other product. But I don't use a lot of product. I use from Runfried. I use vitamins. I use BTME when they come home. I use Avidres Plus to put in the water over all winter. It's make the water a little bit sour. And Blitzform is actually a product of Yodium. And I use that 3 days a week in racing season. I find it very good to recover and keep them healthy and avoid diseases.
Okay. Marina says, hello. Serge is a very nice person. I think he's pretty nice.
Thank you.
What does Slavi say? How is Mr. Van Laar doing?
Good.
Good. Okay.
Very good.
God loves you, repentant trail. Okay, Jesus, we got a God person on here. We always get one of those that climb on. We love God too. He's a good guy. When I meet him, I'll say hi. If you don't have any, I'm still waiting to meet the Easter Bunny, Santa Claus. You know, God's up there, but I don't know which one I'm going to meet first. Diamond Car says, if you have very good female pigeon, if you want to keep the bloodline, tell us please. And he gives the please symbol. So, if you have a very good female pigeon, if you want to keep the bloodline, tell us.
I don't know what you really mean. What I would do is, if I have a real good female pigeon, which I have, I put them in the stock loft, I breed from them, and sometimes if she breeds again, I put youngsters from her straight again in the stock loft and go a generation further. But how to keep the bloodline, if they keep performing, I keep the bloodline. If they don't perform, they go out. So I cannot say, because she's a good one, if she doesn't produce, she goes out. If she produces, I keep the bloodline automatically because my best pigeons go back to her. But I don't do anything special to keep that bloodline, because I think if you want to keep that bloodline, it's happened automatically, I think. If they're good, and you're going to keep them anyway. Then you have to be careful that you don't lose the bloodline. But doing something special because she's a good one, I don't do that.
You sort of let the basket do it for you?
I find it out.
Okay. He's being good. Joseph says, Mr. Van Elsacker.
Right.
He's coming at you with the misters. You kind of like that, eh?
No, absolutely not. No.
All right. He says, have you ever had a good grizzle pigeon?
Never. I don't have grizzles. Never.
What are we thinking? We want to try you with some grizzles?
No.
No? Okay.
I have enough with the red and the maileys already.
Ricky Iglesias says, I am new to pigeons and just got 6 racing pigeons. Should I start racing them and figure out which are my top birds and say breed it to one that has top quality bloodlines and start from there? 6 pigeons, what would you say if you start with 6 pigeons? I think you better just keep them and breed.
I would not raise them, because 6 pigeons, if you lose 3 or 4, you have nothing left. It's finished. I would try breeding and breed 3 rounds from them. Then you have, let's say, 15 pigeons next year. Problem also with people now is I found they don't have the patience. You cannot break iron with your hands. You must have time. Give it time. Breed from them and breed from those youngsters and give it time. You can't win a war if you don't have the troops to do it. So I wouldn't race them, because if 9 out of 10 chances there's nothing left.
Listen, if you have 6 birds, you have 3 cocks and 3 hens. You're going to be able to breed 30 youngsters, no problem. Mm-hmm. Now you have something to play with.
Yeah.
Play with those and go from there.
Yeah. And repair them twice, that you have several different combinations, that you know more.
Rosedale says, the best racing cock we had couldn't breed. Hens out of the cock that managed to pass a long way, winning ways to many. So he said he had his best racing cock, couldn't breed, but the hens, the same way, bred good ones.
Yeah.
Okay. Eddie Ortiz says he's like Emil, an uncle I want. Okay. Hey, Eddie Ortiz, you like him? Get on the tour, my friend. Serge reminds me of my mentor in the sport. Guys, Serge is...
I'm not that old already.
How old? Are you 80? How old are you,
Yeah,
Serge?
I'm 82. Yeah, come on, man.
He's 82?
No, I'm 65.
65 years old, man. You wouldn't know it. He's young. He's good with the pigeons. He's I think you're a real pigeon man. And you didn't grow... you weren't born and raised into it.
No, nobody in my family had pigeons, and
you were just...
By accident, my parents bought a shop. There was a pigeon loft. There were pigeons in there. The owner died, and I could keep them, and I started with pigeons. And first 6 years was nothing. Since I'm 16 years old, and it's now almost 50 years, every year I'm on the champion.
When you think how long are you going to go?
I don't know, as long as my health keep me going. I still dream from pigeons at night.
You do?
Wake up and think, oh, this one have to go. It didn't breed anything. He's 4 years old. I have to go. I kill him next morning. I do that. Yeah. Yeah. It's sometimes. So sometimes I got some.
Is that a good dream, or is that a night? Like it's a
no,
good
that's
dream
a good dream. It keeps you help your selection. It keeps you think clearly. It's a good one or it's a bad one. There's no in between. It's no bullshit. I mean, and the good ones we all look for, we don't have we need more of those. The bad ones, we have to get rid of them as soon as we can.
Before I wrap this up, I'm going to ask you a question that we've asked a lot, and people don't come at it with an answer. But I know you're a very good historian on pigeons, the breeds, the certain superstar pigeons. You know it. You got your book out there. You're trying to get me going. If you could, in your whole life, from when you were a boy till now, you could go out and buy that one pigeon that you never bought, that you could have bought. Have it be the Cannibal, have it be any Rudy, whatever. The top pigeons that you knew about. What would be the one pigeon that you would have bought?
The Docus from Somers and Son from Oelegem. And he was national ace pigeon of Belgium, middle distance. He was 6th national ace pigeon, 1st national ace pigeon, 1st national ace pigeon. 3 years in a row. He was an unbelievable pigeon. When I was 16, 17 years, I went to watch him when he came from the race. He won so many first prizes on the middle distance. Was an unbelievable pigeon.
Did you handle him?
No, never handled him. No.
Did you ever have I guess you never had the opportunity to buy him.
No, not in a million years. No, I didn't have the money then, and he wouldn't. The owner would never sell him. Another thing that impressed me when I was in the Jansen Brothers loft, 019, Young Mercs. That's something that always stay in your mind. That's pigeons. That was a world-class pigeon. World-class pigeons. I didn't see him coming from racing, but I handled them when we were young.
What did he handle like?
Beautiful.
Was he a big pigeon?
Yeah, they were big pigeons. Full body, very soft feathers, very smart. When they look at you, very intelligent look. I don't know if it means anything, but the class just dropped off of it. So beautiful.
Did you have any youngsters?
No, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't pay it.
Wow.
They were too expensive.
But you were right there.
Yeah, my teacher from school took me with him. He bought 2 youngsters from them every year, and I had the chance. The sister was still alive, Irma, and then there was Charles, there was Louis, and there was what's the other one? The third one, which was actually the fancier. They were so beautiful, fantastic.
Nice.
Really class.
And
no wonder the whole world had good pigeons from them.
And you, when you went to the Jansens, you went right into the lofts, everything?
I was not in the loft. No, they didn't took me to the loft. I was in the loft on the back, but I wasn't upstairs. No, they didn't took me. No, but we had good ones already in those days, and they tried to sell a pigeon to us, and my wife was with me, and they handled the pigeon, and they saw that my wife didn't like it, and they took it back, and they asked my teacher, "Do you like it?" He said, "Yeah." And I was afraid to tell the truth.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like it so much. And my wife said, "No, I don't like it." And they took it back and they said, "You're right. You have better pigeons than we do." And they took it back in their loft.
They were like a little version of you.
Yeah, they were.
Well, when that happened, how did you feel? Like, did you feel like, oh man, did I just?
I don't remember how I feel, to be honest.
No?
No, I don't remember that.
How does it make you feel now that you said that to them? Now, looking back at it.
I don't know. But the pigeon was not worth the money. But you would buy it only because they make such an impression. They were something special. You're young, but it was no. I wouldn't have success with it.
Well, I think on that note, I'm going to say to Serge, Mr. Van Elsacker, great. Hour and 19 minutes. I could go all night with you. The audience, you guys crushed it. And thanks again for the super high selection. I know the people are gonna absolutely love it. I'm gonna rotate this camera around. Guys, he is on the Pigeon Boss tour. So that means don't be shy. If you want to meet him in person, I don't care where you are from, anywhere in the world, you can come and meet this guy. There's a few more questions. Should I ask these last 2 questions?
Yeah.
Okay, last 2 questions. What if you only flew in a small club, but you really well with a few flyers? Is a win? So if you fly it in a small club, let's say you're in Calgary, you're flying against 10 guys, and you're winning in the club. Yeah. Is it a real win to you?
Yeah.
It has to be.
You cannot. What else can you do? I mean, if there's only 10, we were 100 members. Now we're still 86. But if you have only 10 members in your club, a win is a win. You should be happy. You can't do anything else than that. You can't.
100%.
How are you going to do it? Move it?
Yeah, unless you move.
Unless you move. Otherwise, you can't change it.
And I think Mike Green's going to sum this up, or this is a question. What do you think of one-loft races and the pigeons? What do you think about one-loft races and the pigeons?
I have no. I cannot tell you anything about that. I don't compete with that. I don't know much about it. I don't. I'm a pigeon fancier in my loft here, and I want to win here. I don't have the joy from being in a one loft. But in America, some people have not the opportunity to race. The only opportunity they have is one loft racing. So I think it's a good alternative to keep you in the sport, or to start with the sport. But I hear in Belgium it has never been a success, one loft racing, and it never will be a success. We have a different mentality.
Oh, you guys have the best pigeon racing on planet Earth?
I don't know that. They're good everywhere.
I'm pretty damn sure.
They're good everywhere.
Guys, that's Serge Van Elsacker. Reminder, Anders Brobeck from Denmark is running right now at Feathers Elite Pigeon Auctions. You also have, I would say this is almost like a Miss Gabby here, Annex Gochan from Belgium. Serge says the good pigeons, yes, she has them. You won't be disappointed in them. Serge, thank you again for everything, for the super selection. These pigeons will be in North America for you guys to buy. And yes, we will be back here to do the show. We get to do this all over again with my man Serge. He's hungry. He's getting mad. He's raising his fist at me. I love to push him to the end. You guys have been great today. I'm Ryan for this Elite Pigeon Auctions. Thanks for flying with me. And reminder, all bids are in Canadian dollars. All the birds are in North America. You guys having fun yet? We're just getting started. Thanks for flying with me, guys. Bye for now.